Welcome to ThinkUp Studios. My name is LaDonna Cook, and today we take a closer look at one of the 9 traits of critical thinking: examine. Examine. I use a variety of methods to explore and to analyze. Those who examine have the ability to dig deeper when they look at information and evidence. They are able to ask questions to determine whether information is relevant or important. They also look at data sources to determine if they're credible, reliable, and complete. They also are able to organize information into very logical sequences. This information can then be used to find possible patterns, trends, and connections. And all of this is to form explanations and conclusions. So if you are someone that can really examine, you have the ability to analyze data, ask very thoughtful questions, and investigate to explore the unknown. What does the critical thinking trait examine look like in the classroom? Imagine students are in a math lesson and the teacher passes out counters. She displays a number pattern, actually has the first 2 in a sequence for students to look at. She asks them to take their number counters and actually create these 2 patterns on their desks. They hurriedly do that, create the patterns. Then the teacher asks a challenge question. She wants them to extend this pattern to the 4th and 5th patterns. Now, some students immediately in their minds can visualize this 4th and 5th pattern and begin to build those. Other students actually have to build the 3rd, but they all came to the same answers, but maybe by looking at what's alike, what's different, and the end is the same result. They all examine the patterns to determine what would come next. So how can a teacher really develop the examine trait in students? Well, they can do this by encouraging students to generate and frame thoughtful questions for analyzing a topic or content, emphasizing quality, not quantity. They can also do this by challenging students to generate and organize information to deepen their insight by discovering those patterns, trends, and connections to form conclusions. So what does this look like in the real world? Well, we have access to information 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's right at our fingertips. So this information superhighway comes at a cost, meaning that not all information comes from a credible or reliable resource. So we have to take time and evaluate this information before we take it as absolute truth. We can do this in a couple of ways. First, we can look at domain names. Look at things like .com, .net, .edu, .gov, and that gives us a first peek into who is providing the information and for what purpose. The second thing we can do is look at authors and sponsors of websites. If you scroll to the bottom of the page, that information is typically available. You can use that to search the internet to find out why they do what they do. So it's important for us to take time and use these steps to research so we can understand the point of view with which information is being shared with us. We live in an information-rich society, and we really need to learn who we are learning from. We want to become smart consumers of information. Keep watching ThinkUp Studios to learn more about each of the 9 traits of critical thinking.